Okay, so I've gone to, it's now 1 minute past 1 p.m. Okay, so I'm just going to crack on and I'm going to get straight into this, and if it doesn't work then I'll re-record it, but it won't be live, so you're going to miss some of the things that I'm doing. Okay, so I've done some notes for you, and you can go and have a look at these here. It's under DIY Web Expert. That's DIY-web-expert.com/website-scratch-notes. I don't know why I called it scratch notes, but there we go. Oh, website from scratch, right? That's that's why I called it that. Website from scratch, and I decided that was getting too long, so I've just called it website-scratch-notes. Okay, so you can come to this page and browse through it and keep alongside with me if you like. Okay, so I've got absolutely nothing to sell here, by the way. Excuse me. So I'm not trying to sell anything at the bottom of this. Okay. So basically, I bought a brand new domain name, and I figured, I was just about to do what I usually do, which is just crack on and build the site. And this is the domain name I bought. It's actually 101ways.org. Now, if we go to that domain name, 101ways.org, let me just click refresh just to make sure there's nothing there whatsoever. Okay, so I've bought the site and I've done nothing with it yet. I've bought the domain name. Now, let's just check it's still on refresh. Sometimes it goes slower when I'm recording. Okay, so that's what the site looks like just now. Okay, and this is live. So let me just go back to my notes. Okay, so I bought this domain name. Now, this is what my idea is for the domain name. My idea is it's going to be 101 ways to make money online, and I'm going to build it as a membership site. And you could follow weekly interviews for inspiration to see how you too can monetize and make money online. Okay. I haven't gone into who I am or why or anything like that here. I'm not trying to sell you anything. But basically, I just clicked on here, just have a quick look. There we go. I'll leave you this link as well. It's lifewillneverbethesameagain.com/about/dynamic Mike. So basically, yeah, I generated my first income online way back in 1996, and I continue to generate 100% of my income via the web. I now have hundreds of websites. So I'm going to show you this one, okay? So my idea here is that I'm going to build this website, 101 ways to make money online, and I'm going to tell people that owning their own website is not a prerequisite, and on occasion I'll be sharing wisdom from experts. Okay, so that's my idea for the website that I've bought this domain name. Okay. Okay, so you can obviously build your own domain name. Now, I've just made a few notes here that might come in useful for you. If you're going to build your own website from scratch, decide on your domain name for whatever it is that you're going to build. Okay, and here's some considerations for you. Excuse me. Does it do what it says on the tin? Okay, so I was actually hosting an exhibition stand in Edinburgh last week, and a couple of lads came up to me and they were telling me that they do social media, and but they're not being found on the first page of Google. And when I asked what their business is called, it's called Sticky Toffee. Now, that doesn't do what it says in the tin. And when I looked at for Sticky Toffee, when I Googled it, of course I couldn't find them. There are stacks and stacks of recipes and all sorts for sticky toffee. And I'm not going to type in the word sticky toffee if I'm looking for someone to help me with my social media. So the only way anybody's going to find them is like I was doing, I specifically typed in sticky toffee social media Edinburgh, and I still couldn't find them. So, you're giving yourself an upward struggle if your domain name doesn't do what it says on the tin. So you want something, let's just have a quick look at what I've done here, 101 ways. Now, I could have done 101 ways to make money online.com. I could have done that, but I've chosen to do something. The next thing, note, is keep it short if possible and easy to remember, okay? So I could have done this as 59 ways or 49 ways or 300 ways, whatever, and I just decided 101 ways rattles off the tongue easier. Okay, so this is my process of thoughts as I was going through this. Okay, also what I've said is don't be worried about hyphens. Now, this domain name that we're on right now is DIY web expert. Okay, now it's got hyphens in between, and my first page ranking also has hyphens in between. So what I've said here is don't be frightened about hyphens. A lot of people want words that don't have hyphens, and they'll have 3 or 4 or 5 words. And here's a good example. You're actually helping Google by having hyphens in between, okay? Because if you look at this word, for example, I've done this from the stage many times, and I've actually put this on a big A1 flip chart, and I've written the word opportunity. Okay, I won't even read it out to you just yet. This is what actually I write on, and I deliberately don't put any spaces in here. Now, when I ask the audience what they see, normally they see opportunity, yep, and then they usually say is nowhere. Now that's really interesting. It tells me where the room is at. So opportunity is nowhere. That's what most people in the room see. However, if you're with me, then what you should see is opportunity is now here. Okay, now the reason I've put that up is not to be inspirational, it's actually to show you that Google can't tell the difference. And the difference in what it actually means is almost exact opposite. Okay, so that's why I've said here, don't be frightened about putting hyphens if you find good domain names. Okay, now, excuse me, stick to the main, this is top level down, so a wee bit jargon there, but stick to the main extensions, okay? The main extensions in order of ranking are .com, then .org, then .info, then .net, okay? And then if you are a UK company or Australian, you might put .au on the end. Then, I mean, if you are only going to be selling in that country, then by all means get a local extension. Personally, I avoid them like the plague now, because virtually everything I sell, I like to sell globally. Okay, but I used to, I mean, many moons ago, I would buy hundreds of domain names, and I would buy all the extensions just to stop everybody else getting them. But you don't need to do that. That's what I'm telling you today. You don't need, you just buy one, preferably .com. This one, as you can see, that I've bought today is .org. I bought it last week, sorry, not today, because the .com was already gone. But that's okay. I can still dominate with .org. Okay. So you can dominate with any of these. Now there are many other extensions that we can have a look at, and you'll see now you can have like .guru or .london or all sorts of clever extensions. However, in my experience from a search engine optimization point of view, as for SEO purposes, only these main top level down extensions actually get ranked quickly on Google. Okay, so all the other extensions, I've never ever seen them on the first page of Google. All right, so they might look clever, but let's just have a quick look. Actually, here's the free tool that you can go to. Now, if you go to this page that I've done for you here, you can actually click on this link and it's live, and it'll open up in a new window for you. Okay, now I use this, excuse me, virtually every time I'm choosing a domain name. Okay, it's totally free. There's no opt-in or anything like that at all. But if I want a domain name, let's say, I think Ron's listening in, so let's say photographer in Glenrothes, right? I've deliberately put spaces in there. I'm not doing it as one word, and then click search and see what comes up. Now, automatically, it will give you all these extra extensions, okay? And you can see some of the extensions. It's automatically giving you clever extensions, clever because it's thought about the word photographer. So you can have photography as the extension, photos, photo, pictures, pics, all the camera, all those extensions are now available for virtually any website. Okay, so really it's quite easy for you now to think of getting yourself a domain name. It's really pimpsy. I mean, these are half a dozen brand new extensions, and it hasn't even mentioned .com, .org, .net, etc. yet. If I scroll down a little bit, then you'll start to see it coming in here. .com, .wedding, .info, .org, .net, .co, which is not .co.uk, .me, etc. So there are stacks and stacks of options, okay? And you can also see on the right hand side here, there's a buy button which allows you to choose any load of different providers, and you can just click buy, bang, like that, and buy it right now if you wanted, okay? And you can see the comparison and the prices as well. It's always in price order, so there's a whole load of different people that offer them. And there we go, 123 Reg sells us at $30, but you can buy it much cheaper. Okay. Oh my goodness, I just spotted there's a fire. Hold on one second, hold on. Okay, I'm hoping that's my neighbour's chimney. A lot of smoke suddenly came over there. Okay, it doesn't look like it's the house or this house. Anyway, so this is where you would purchase your domain names, etc. if you wanted to. Now, personally, I don't just click on the buy button, but there's no reason why not. You could just click on the buy button from here and go straight over and purchase your domain name. Okay. So now the other thing that you can do with this, by the way, down the left-hand side and so on, you could say, for example, buy or something like that, suffix, what other one could I have? The professional, etc. So if the domain name that you want is not showing up, then click in some prefixes or suffixes, etc. And then let's just take out some of these other extras. Take all these extras off, and then modify the results. You see what comes up. Now I'm only getting these 4 extensions, but I'm also getting some variables that they've gone. Obviously I need to do it twice, but it'll give you some other options. So for example, photographer.com is available for only $600,000. You got to be pretty serious about making money online to spend $600,000. But there you go, the domain name is available if you want it. And there's a whole load of others that you could see that are for sale if you want them. But as I said here, if you put in prefixes as like my photographer or the photographer or professional photographer, etc., all of these will be available as well. Okay. All right, good. I think you get some idea from that. Let me scoot back here. So that's what I do. I look at domainsbot.com just to see what other variations might be available, because it comes up with them automatically. Now, the next thing you want to do is, oh, actually, let me just go back to this. Don't worry about hyphens, stick to the main TLDs. I've also said aged domains. Now, okay, a wee lesson here. Let me not skip past this. I'm going to go into this on another day because it's actually gets quite in depth. Okay, now I do buy quite a lot of aged domains, is what it's called. Now, the reason I buy them, the only reason I buy them, is because they rank faster. Okay, they get on the first page of Google faster, and I'm all about SEO and so on, getting on the first page of Google. However, obviously, the domain name that you choose, this particular name, may not be available if you're going to an aged domain, because what you're getting effectively is you're getting a second-hand domain that someone else has purchased in the past. They've helped rank because they've got all sorts of backlinks and so on to it, and for whatever reason they haven't renewed it. Now that could be for all sorts of reasons. They might have died, or they might just not be interested anymore. I mean, I own hundreds of domain names personally. And I let them go regularly as well. I mean, every month I'm letting domain names go. I'm not renewing them because I no longer have a use for them, because I just simply didn't use it the way I thought I might. Okay, so I'm very creative, but I'm always coming up with new ideas, but I don't have the time to do them all, to be honest. So anyway, there are lots of reasons people might have released their domain name and no longer renewing it. And you can jump on that bandwagon and buy a domain name that someone has previously done all the hard work in the background and no longer renewing it, and you can get it for, you know, a reasonable price. It'll be more expensive than buying a brand new one. I mean, I've spent £1,000 sterling in the last couple of months on aged domains, external old domains. Now, let me just labour on this just for one more minute. The aged part of it is a factor that is very important when it comes to SEO, to search engine optimization and getting noticed online. The aged part effectively means that it's the domain name itself has been owned for a number of years, and Google pull this factor into the algorithm, and it's something you really can't fiddle. I mean, you can do something about getting more backlinks to links from external sites pointing to your site, but you can't do anything about the age of your domain name. So if you buy a brand new one today, the chances of getting it ranked this week is actually quite remote now. It used to be that we would buy a really bizarre domain name like that one I just showed you there, photographeringlenrothes.com, and because there's nobody else got it yet, it's actually right there right now. It's available right now. If anybody typed in photographer in Glenrothes into Google, and I just bought this and built it, then it would come up at the very, very top. Okay, now as you can see, it is available. It should automatically come up to the top because these are the keywords that people are typing in to Google, and I've got the domain name. So up until about 6 months ago, exact match domain names were virtually guaranteed to be showing on the top of Google. Okay, but they're not anymore. So I'm now talking to you in July 2015, and I'm telling you that getting the precise words is no longer a guarantee of getting on the first page of Google. Okay, it used to be, it's not anymore. So, excuse me. So the next thing we want to do is, if we're, you know, I'm talking about age domains. I'm not going to go into that in depth today because it is actually quite, and they're not cheap either. So you can't just buy them at the, you know, $17 or whatever this is, $7 usually. In fact, if I click on the .com, I'll find that I can get that for less than $10. Oh, there we go. I can get it for 99 cents from a couple of places. That's this year, by the way. Next year, the price will go up to $10 or so. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go to GoDaddy, for example, or One-on-One, you can buy that a .com domain name for 99 cents. Okay. Okay, so that's just some standard information from One-on-One. Okay, so it comes in handy, this thing. It goes all the way up to $35 if you buy from the wrong people automatically. So this is quite a handy tool. It's a free tool. Okay, well, let me go back here now. The next thing I've written here is if you're purchasing a domain name, the next thing you want to do is see if all the social media sites are available. Okay, so if I click on Namecheck or chk.com, and if I choose that photographer in Glenrothes, for example, let me just highlight and copy that, copy and put it in here, paste. I'll just take it to .com and press enter. And what it's going to do now is it's going to check through all the various social medias and see if it's also telling me that the domain names are available in green, and see if all these services are available. And the answer is yes, by and large. However, it's also highlighting here that the username is too long, because the maximum that you can have from Facebook's username is 20 characters. So hence the reason I said at the beginning, keep it short if possible, okay? Because 20 characters is the maximum for Facebook. It says here in black, okay? for the extension, and the words photographer in Glenrothes is more than 20 characters. Okay, so you need to be a bit more clever. But as you can see, all these, the ones in green, by the way, you can have the full words Google Plus photographer in Glenrothes. Okay, so if it's in green, then you can have the precise extension that you wanted. If it's in yellow, it is available, but you won't get all the characters. Like, there we go. Twitter says the username maximum is 15 characters. Okay, so something else for you to think about there as well, and you can sort it in different orders as well, so by availability or by popular and so on. Okay, so if I was Ron, for example, I might say, okay, is it possible to have a photographer in Rothes or G Rothes or something like that? Maybe take out the word IN or something like that. You know, you can just be more playful with it and find out if the social media is there before you buy your domain name. Okay, so check and see if these are available. Okay, it's not necessary, but it's handy to have. Okay, and then buy your domain name. Now, I mostly use Namecheap for buying domain names these days, but I used to use GoDaddy. And I don't like GoDaddy because they're always trying to upsell me something. And I can't just go and just simply buy a domain name and be over and done with. I've got to go through about 6 different windows that try to sell me something else and something else and something else. So I just use Namecheap because it's simple, and I've given you a link here if you want it. Okay. And the other thing to do is actually type in the word Namecheap discount coupon onto Google, and you'll actually find that there's always a discount coupon, albeit maybe just $1, but there's always something available for you for buying brand new domain names. Okay, they're not always available for renewing your domain names the next year, but you can buy it at a discount in the first place. Okay, then you want to purchase some hosting. Now, I've got SEO Clever hosting. I have my own hosting company now, in fact. And in fact, if you want to buy hosting from me, I can actually sell you SEO Clever hosting. But I'm not trying to sell you hosting, by the way. I'm just saying I do have it personally. And I also have external companies that I have been paying for years. And HostGator is as good as any. I've given you a link just here. You can click that and open up. And you'll pay, I pay $9.95 per month through HostGator, but I noticed when I clicked on that link, I noticed that the plans start from $3.96 per month. So under $4 a month, excuse me, there we go, $3.96 per month if you want to get started. So that's not expensive, is it? $4. And that's actually giving you unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, etc. Okay, so crack on and get started. It's as easy as that. Let me just close that for now. Okay, then you want to change your name servers at the place that you purchased your domain name, okay, to point to your new hosting. Now, if you buy new hosting through HostGator or anybody, they'll actually give you unique name servers just for them, just for the one that you've bought. Okay, so it's unique to you. Okay, and then you want to add your domain name to your hosting. So let me just go through this in order because it sounds complex, but it's not particularly complex. Okay, so let me just go through this. Let me get rid of that one, and let me get rid of that, and Namecheap. Now, I've actually already done this part because changing your name server actually says here it takes up to 24 hours. It can take up to 24 hours. Usually it happens in minutes, but I actually did this over the weekend just to make sure that I didn't have any nonsense for recording this for you. Okay, so let me just show you how I did that. Okay, let me just make sure I'm in the right space. Change your name servers at Namecheap. Yeah, perfect. So I've gone into Namecheap. Let me just start at the beginning. Namecheap. So I've gone to Namecheap. I've actually logged in here. Okay, and I'm going to just go to manage my domains. Okay. Now, as it happens, I've got a whole stack of domains. In fact, there you go. I've got 4 pages full of domains. And the one I'm wanting today is 101ways.org. So make sure I'm on the right one. This is the right one, okay? And what I want here at the top, third one down is the, sorry, second one down. Actually, no, it is the third one. Transfer DNS. It sounds a bit bizarre, but there's my name servers I'm already using. That's my name servers for HostGator, okay? So to set it up, obviously, it's the second option, name server setup. And normally it would be under Namecheap's hosting, and you're just going to click the next one down and copy paste your name servers. There's no point in using mine because that'll point to my hosting, but my web, you won't have access to it. Okay, so you've got to buy your own hosting. Okay, and you buy your hosting from HostGator, as you can see here. Okay, so I've already saved that. That's done. Let's go back to my notes. So change the name server to point to your hosting. The next thing is you click on add new domain name to your hosting. So let me log in to my hosting. Now, once you log in to, this is HostGator I'm on now. And again, this is unique to me. So yours will look very, very similar, but you have the different sites in there. Okay. Again, I have a whole stack of domain names already in here. Now, this is what's called a cPanel, a control panel, and the look of them can sometimes vary. As I said, I've got different hosting with different companies, and they do look different, but the basics are all here, and they all do exactly the same things, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to add an email account once we've got it set up. But first of all, we've got to do an add-on account, okay? Add-on domain. So when you scroll down and find it, it will be somewhere in here, and you're clicking on add-on domains. So click on add-on domains. Now I want to click back to Namecheap just to make sure I've got the domain name. There's my domain name. I'm going to copy that and then put it in here. And I've got a green button. Perfect. Okay. So I haven't done anything else. I've just clicked on enter, and now I can do a password. Okay, so let me just do, I'll do a test. Oh, that's not going to work. I can change my password later, so I'm just doing a simple one for the demonstration purposes. And I've got two checks. It'll create one for you if you want, but personally I like to do something that I can remember. And then click on add domain. And then wait about 10 seconds or so, and it will go through the process for you. And you'll get some green checks. Good, done, and save password. Perfect. Okay. So as you can see, it's in green, it's been created. I can either click the home button here or the go back button, and it goes back to, actually, I want to go back to home. Okay, so that's your domain done. It's now in on your hosting, okay? The next thing is the domain itself. If I go to my domain and refresh, nothing's changed, okay? Nothing has changed. So what I want to do now is I want to actually add in WordPress. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down again until I can find where on earth have they hidden my WordPress. It's in here somewhere. And if I can find it, because it's usually down the bottom. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, we're talking over the top of it. WordPress, there we go. No, that's self-help tools, that's not it. Get rid of that. Oh, for goodness sake. Things are jumping out at me. For the first time I've stopped talking. What on the earth? I can see Weebly. I don't want Weebly. I can see MySQL. Oh, I can see Joomla. How bizarre! It's changed. Let me just quick check on this. WordPress self-help. Okay, this is totally changed from the last time I visited. So how fascinating! You're getting to see Domain change outdated. I don't know what either of these are. So that's not going to help me. Okay, come on. Something go wrong while I'm recording. Install. We'll look at quick install. What's it going to offer? Ah, this could be it. WordPress, there we go. Right, well, I've never seen this before, but so this is brand new to me as well. The first thing I want to do is just make sure I'm in the right account. Invalid login. I don't know what password I used. Let's just check. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, I'm going to click on WordPress because I can see that there. Let's see what else is in here. Right, sell stuff now as well. Okay, I'm doing this without buying any themes, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay, let's just click on install and see what happens. I can't actually log into that thing on the left for some reason. But, install WordPress for free. Go. Okay. Oh my goodness, I've not seen this before, so I'm following this through at the same time as you are. Okay, so just make sure I'm on the right domain. Now, this is if you want it as an extension of your domain. So as you can see, there's a / here. So you might actually want to put WordPress into another not subdirectory. Yes, so you might want to put into another path here, subdirectory, not subdomain. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would put it on the main site. Okay, so don't put anything in here. Now your admin email, don't type in the words admin. Don't use the words admin. Same with user. Don't use admin. Okay, that's bad because that's the obvious one that hackers will use to get into it. Okay, so let me just do. I'll do Mike at. Here we go. The title of my blog is 101 Ways. You can change this later. Okay, how interesting. I'll type my domain name. It's come up with the rest of the stuff. The last thing I want to do is use the word admin. So I'm just going to put Mike in there. Slightly less chance of a hacker guessing the word Mike. But you can be more clever than that and make it more complex. Okay, I'm going to click on install. And what's happening now? Is it up here? Oh, install is running. Okay. Install is complete. Okay, view my credentials. Good. Okay, so there's my password and my username and so on. I can change my password when I get in. So I've never seen this before. This is brand new to me as well, but I'm going to now click on this one here. What it's doing is going to my domain name and WP admin, and hopefully I should be getting straight in, and I'm not. Why am I not? Oh, for goodness sake, come on. It should be taking me straight to the WP admin. Let's just check their actual website. Yeah. Oh. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Tells me it's done. The only other thing I can suggest is I've not got the right name servers set up. But I do. Let's check. That's the name server. Now, I deliberately did this 2 days ago so that I wouldn't have this hassle. That's pointing to I only have one HostGator account. Oh, that should be 2. I don't know why it's the same. Oh, it is 2. Okay. So I'm on HostGator here. it's set it up. It tells me it has. Let me just go back to HostGator if I can work it out. Before I do that, I want to take a note of this because I would not get in otherwise. Okay, so let me just copy that. I'll put it in a notepad. Paste. Actually, let's just take a note of that as well. It's not letting me. Okay, take it there. Copy. My notepad. What I want to do is go back to HostGator. I'll click on the control button. It opens in a new tab. I want to go down to File Manager. I want to see if the files have been added. So if I go to Public, go to 101 Ways, and yeah, all these files are WordPress files. So I can see that it's actually added WordPress. So that's fine. There's I don't know what to tell you. Why is this not working? Oh, goodness sake. Okay. What I should have done is done one beforehand. Okay, so I wanted to show you in the back end of my website. Let me go back to my notes because I've now done exactly what I said. I've changed the name servers. I've added my new domain to the hosting. That was the add-on. And I've added WordPress via the hosting. Okay. Then you want to log into WP Admin and set up your various plugins and themes and so on. Okay. And then finally, you want to click on Submit and tell Google about your new domain name once it's ready. It's not ready yet, so I'm not going to click that just yet. Okay. So it's a bit of a bugger that I can't get in just now, but let me just have a quick look at what else I was going to show you here. Let's close that down for now. Okay, ignore that. I was going to show you a couple of other things because I know that Ron in Glenrothes is watching and he's very much into photos, an excellent photographer. In fact, he was actually the president of our local camera club. And I know that Grant's watching in Spain as well, and he's also into photography. So what I've done here is just simply open this up especially for you. So if you go to wordpress.org and then click on themes, okay? So if we go to wordpress.org, you can get themes and plugins and all sorts. Okay, so we go to themes, and I just typed in the word photo, and as soon as I start to type in the word photo, I was going to type photographer, but as you can see, a whole load of domain themes came up just as soon as I started typing it in. They came up. Okay, so as soon as I start to type in photo, then the various options come up. Okay, so what I want to see here is what would be a nice looking website for my style. Okay, so you might want to say, for example, that one's got a whole lot of photos on it. If I just click on more info before I decide on it, then you can see that's how it's going to look. Now, each of these are going to be different blog posts and so on, and it's pulling out the data, or a gallery and so on. So you've got a big banner image and so on as well. So you can have a look at all of these, and all of them, by the way, are totally free. So you just click on download and they're free of charge, okay? Return to the themes list, and I'm still on photography sites. So there's a whole load of free themes, and this is what your website will look like. So if you like this, for example, this one's actually got it's got all the social media buttons, very obvious at the top. And again, you can see it's got a big banner image. It's obviously got a slider from left to right. It's got some information about it, and then it's got your blog posts and so on as well. And then it's got your page names at the top. Okay, so you might like that. Again, it's free to download. You can actually download it from here, or you can actually do it within your own WordPress website. And I'll maybe just open another one of my sites and show you around my own site. It might be the best way to do it. So as you can see, most of them now are automatically mobile friendly, but that's the next thing that you want to check for, okay? And the keyword that we want to check for is the word responsive. Okay, so that is the most important word in 2015. And if you have a responsive theme, then your site will automatically be mobile friendly. Okay, and what that means is it will automatically resize the width of your page and your images and all sorts for a mobile device, whether it's a landscape or portrait. And you can have a look on your mobile devices, you can do it from your desktop, etc. It will be responsive for any screen size. Okay, so as long as you have a modern, that's basically anything from 2014 onwards, probably 2013 actually, theme, and you make sure it has the word responsive in there, it will automatically be mobile friendly. All right, and you don't need to do anything else about it. Now, if you have a look at one of my sites, for example, that I just checked out myself on my own mobile phone, is firstpageranking.com. And now, if you just type in first-page-ranking.com, you'll find every page is all mobile friendly on any device. Okay. All right. So enough advertising. Excuse me. So that's what you want to do. Make sure you've got a theme that you like. You can have as many as you like. You can upload them onto your website, etc. If you don't like the look of them, then you can just switch over to one of the other themes. Okay. Some of them, like the word premium, is telling me that they probably have another option in there as well. So this is free, but they've probably got so it's 100% responsive. Fantastic. But they've probably got something else that you can buy in there to get extra options for that theme. But by all means, just I'm not advocating any particular theme. I'm not saying this is the one to have, because I've got, again, hundreds of different themes. There we go. So you've got, you can download that one, or you can buy the pro version. Okay, so it's exactly what I suspected. So they actually have the free theme that you can have absolutely free of charge, and that's what it looks like here on the left. Or you can actually buy the pro version if you decide you like it enough. And it's not particularly expensive, but you don't need to. That's what I'm telling you. You can actually get all the themes that you want. I've gone off WordPress here. All the themes that you want within WordPress. Okay, so let me move on to plugins, because again, thinking about the photographers, what I've actually typed in here is Image Protect. So I've gone to wordpress.org /plugins. It's up here, plugins, and I've just typed in protect your image. Okay, and there's a whole load. All these plugins here are free of charge. Okay, so as you can see, there's 19 pages of plugins that may be relevant to these keywords, mostly relevant to these keywords. And you can see what these plugins do. So they're actually, in this one, for example, it's protecting your images, it's inserting encrypted images from right click, so people can't just grab it, etc. Okay. This one's automatically watermarking them if you want it to. You can also tell how popular it is for a couple of things. One is you can see how many people have installed it, and two is you can see how it's rated. Okay, so you want to see this one's got 3.5 stars, and this one's actually got 4 stars. I know I've used this one on at least one of my websites, so I'm not telling you which one you need to have, but this one's got 4.5 stars. I've not used this one. Automatically watermark your images and bulk watermark them, in fact. So fantastic. That'll do it all for you, and 20,000 people have used this one. Okay, the one underneath has only had 10. So you decide which one you want. Okay, there's a couple that jumped out at me. Oh, there we go, for selling photos. I typed this in as well, because I know that Ron was particularly interested in making money from your website, and why not? So again, just type in, I just typed in the word sell. There you go, sell photo. This is what came up, sell images. And this has got a little video all about it. It's 4-minute long video. It's totally free of charge. It will show you how to install it, which basically is really, really easy, because all you're actually doing is you can either click here to download it to your computer. I'll just do that now, click, and there we go, it shows up here, and then upload it in the back end of your site by going to the back end of your site and typing add new plugins, okay, and then click upload, and then browse for it from your computer and click install. Or you can actually go into the back end of your WordPress site and go to plugins from the left hand side, and then search for sell photo, and you'll most likely find this image, and then just upload it direct from your own site. Okay, so there's one, and there's another one I found called Sell Media. Might be of interest to more than just photographers, because you can sell videos and PDFs and all sorts in here as well. Okay, so that one's called Sell Media. And of course, the reason I looked at it is just to see how many people have rated it, and how many people have uploaded it, etc. Okay, and you can also see what it's going to look like before buying it. There's screenshots here as well, so you can have a look at screenshot of this. Shows you buy a print, it says, or buy a download, and it shows them the sizes, and then click on add to cart, it shows them the price before they do it, and the money goes straight into your PayPal account immediately. Okay, quite cool, huh? And it's free. It's free of charge. Okay, so I'll just go back to this and see if it's going to do anything now. No, sometimes it just takes a few minutes. It hasn't done that, so I'm buggered on this today. I can mess about with it, but I don't want to spend any more time on it. So let me just go to, okay, let's just go to this site. Again, I mentioned at the beginning, lifewillneverbethesame.com. It's just one of my websites, okay? And if I go to my WP-admin, I'm already logged in, obviously. It tells me here at the top. I'm already logged in. So I'll just close this off. Okay, so this is what your WordPress website will look like when you can get into the WP admin, the back end of your own WordPress site, okay? And what I want to look at first of all is I've got a whole load of extra stuff down here, as you can see down the left hand side. That's not normal in your site when you first get it, okay? So all the top part of this is pretty normal, okay? So the first thing you want to do is go to your settings and go to general, and excuse me, make sure that the title of the website is what you want, and the tagline is what you want, etc. Okay, and that's all you really need to do there. You probably won't need to change anything else, so just do that with the general settings. Let's go back to settings. So writing, let's just have a quick look at all the options that are under settings before we go any further. Okay, so again, I have default categories for my my blog posts and so on. You don't need to do that, but that's under here. It's under posts and categories if you want to do that. Okay, and I have a whole load of extras in here as well for pinging. So that basically tells the sites how that I've uploaded a new blog post, etc. And I've got a whole stack of them in there. Okay, so that's just a clever SEO feature that I've got. That's not standard. Reading, let's just click on reading here, and you can change the way your website looks. So you can actually send them to one of your own pages that you've already got set up. So if I click on static, for example, you can see all these various pages that I've got already in the back end, or just click on blog posts. Okay. And the last thing I really want to show you just now is permalinks. So permalinks, is actually WordPress has got more clever now, but this is what it used to always default to. And it was like / P equals page equals, and then a number, a random number. And of course, no one's going to search from Google for that So what you really want is something relevant to what you call the name of your post, okay? Now, personally, I don't do the day and time feature or the month and the name feature or the numeric thing. I personally always have it on post name because that's the words at the top of the URL, which is what I would put in as clever English, if you like. So this will automatically, as soon as you click on post name, it'll automatically create this piece of code, and then you just need to click on save, okay? And you might want to put in different bases and so on in here, but you don't need to. Okay, so that's the settings, and then you want to go to for the themes. By the way, if you want to change your theme, go to appearance on the left, click on themes. It's really annoying I can't get into the site that I bought, but anyway, click on themes, and as you can see, I've got a whole load of different themes in here. You can have as many as you want in the background. What comes in automatically are these ones. So I've got 2012, 2013, 2011, 14, 2010, and there's probably 2015 in here somewhere as well. I don't know where 2015 is. It's not even showing up. How funny is that? Okay, but all those other themes that you can see here, I've basically just searched for them in here, for example, photography, and see what comes up. Is there anything coming up? No, it's not. Okay, not can't even spell photography. Not a lot coming up there. So click on, oh, that's because it's what's already in my theme. Sorry, I want to click on add first. Add new. Okay. So you can either click on upload and upload the theme that you've already downloaded from WordPress, or you can just search in here. So you can type in the word photography, see what comes up. There we go. And then choose any one of those themes that you might like. Okay, exactly what we looked at before. Okay. So you can do it in your back end here just by starting to type the word photography and then choose whatever one you want. You can see it. You can actually live preview it if you want. So if I click on preview, for example, it'll actually show me based on the content that's already in my site. Click on about. Okay, no, it's not showing the contents in my site. It's just showing a preview of this because I haven't installed it, that's why. If I'd installed it and then click on preview, I'd actually see what it would look like on my site if I wanted it, okay? So if you like the look of that, just click on install, it does it all for you, and then bang, set up your site. You might like the look of that one, just click on install, it does it all for you. So that's your themes, okay? And that's the design, the look of your site. So if I look at my site here, if I just hold the control button, I'll open another tab. I can see what it looks like right now. This is the theme that I'm currently using. Let's just go, whilst it's doing that, have a look at the theme that I'm currently using. So the theme I'm currently using is called MinAmaze, and I can customize that any way I like. The one that I was using before that was called Diversity, but you know, there's as many as you like. This is what the MinAmaze currently looks like. This is what my website looks like right now, and you can change this, obviously, to suit you. Okay, so that's your look of your site. It's free of charge to do this mostly. I mean, obviously, I have many sites that I've actually bought themes for as well, so you can get clever themes, but I'm just showing you the freebie stuff, okay? Now, I want to go to plugins. Now, I go to all the plugins. I've actually added a few more that you won't have in your default, but let me just talk through them first. The first one that you will have is Ask-A-Met. Now, I do use this all the time, and basically it's automatically in there from WordPress, and all you need to do is sign up for an Ask-A-Met key. Okay, now when you do, they try to sell you something, a business, but just click on private use and you'll get it free of charge. And once you've got it free of charge, just save it in your notepad somewhere, okay, and put it on your hard drive. And I always use the same key for every single website. I've never paid for this ever, and I have hundreds of websites, okay, and I always use it, okay. So you can just put in your Askcommit key, and it will stop spam basically coming onto your website, okay. So I don't get any spam. If you look at comments, there's no comments, okay. There's no spam. I just don't get it. So Askcommit does make a big difference, okay. And then I've got a whole lot of other stuff in here. What I would say is this one, for example, Hello Dolly, comes in by default, and I've never ever used it. So rather than just deactivating, I've got a whole load here that are not activated. You have to press the button to activate. And this one, as you can see, is not activated. And what I've discovered just recently is all those plugins, even though they're not activated, are actually slowing down your website. And one of the SEO factors is to have a fast loading website. So in actual fact, you want to delete your plugins that you're never going to use, okay. So I've just gone through my SEO site, my main site, and just got rid of a whole load of plugins. I've actually downloaded them and saved them onto my hard drive in case I want them again before I deleted them, but I've deleted them. I've just realized by this clock that it's now an hour already. I've been talking for an hour. Okay, so if I scroll down again, Hello Dolly has now gone. It's not there. F, G, and then H, I. Okay, so I could do this with a whole load of them. Another thing to do regularly is come back here, and you'd see a number in red beside plugins if they need updated. So just click here to select them all, and then click update, and then apply, and that just updates them all. Okay. I think that's all I want to say. Let me just go back to my notes. Oh yeah, once you've set up your site, submit it to Google. I've given you the link here. I'm not going to do that just now because I've not actually set up the bloody site that I want to set up. This one, which is quite annoying. I don't know what to tell you other than what I'm going to do. I can tell you exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to move away from HostGator, and I'm going to put it on one of my other hosting sites. I'll put it on my own private SEO site. And in fact, I'll do that now if you want to follow along. You don't need to. I've been talking for an hour, and I've basically done everything that I wanted to do here. I've showed you everything that I wanted to do. If you're still with me and you want to see me doing this live, then I will do it right here, right now, okay? Because I want this site, I want it set up, obviously. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up my control panel, and I'm going to go to Namecheap whilst that's happening, and I'm going to change this. Now, I can never remember the names of my hosting, etc. So I actually have them saved on notepads in my computer. So let me just go back to my hard drive. Put it in here. We've got it in PBN instructions, I think. Have we got it in here? No. No. Where's that one? Yeah, we've got it. Oh, we got it. Goodness sake. Maybe it is in there. It's not there, but I'm going to add it in there because that's the obvious one for me. So let me just find it. Sites I'm working on. Okay, in there. These are some of my domains that I'm actually working on. It's not there either. sites. Okay, it's there. Good. Okay. Whew. So let me just take a note of that. Copy that. Rid of that. Rid of that. I'll just put it in here at the very top. Paste it in there. Save that. Save. I think I've got another one underneath. Yes. Okay. So what I really want here is this part here, my name server. Okay. Copy. Take it over here. Paste it in there. And the one underneath is number 2. Then save. Make sure I'm in the right domain first. 101ways.org. Change my name server. Save. Okay. So my name server is now pointing to my personal hosting. So what I want to do now is create a new account. And this one is called, let me just check the name of it again. Copy. I'm not explaining to you what I'm doing here because really you're never going to need to do this, so don't worry about this. Username, what we're going to call this? We'll call it the same. I think of password. Just the same. Okay. Think of a location for this. I want this one to be in America, I think. 101 ways. US West, yeah. And create. Usernames may not start with a number. Huh. I didn't know that. Where's my username? Okay. What am I going to call it? 101 ways to. I'm just calling ways. Okay. I need to remember that that's what I've called it because I need to be able to log in myself. I could probably just have called it Mike. As long as I don't call it admin, that's all I care about. Okay, whilst it's doing this, let me just check over at Facebook. I've got 9 messages here. Let me just see if there's anybody tell me. I've never seen a live webinar yet. Never seem to work. So for the last hour. Oh, bugger. Keeps going round. Oh, so annoying, huh? Okay. Well, it should work. Google Hangouts. Looks like it's working. Screen share. Live. Shows it's live. I've got 3 viewers. Talk to me. Nobody talking to me. It does look like it should be live. Live. Come on, live. Live. There we go. Webcam. Samsung mic. Save. Okay, I don't know if that's why or not. Okay, I don't know which is live and which is not anymore. It looks like it's on, but I'll just check. I did make some notes. That's not the one I wanted. This one here. Okay, I can't actually. Interesting. Join. Already in the video call. Okay, take me there. Something comes. Okay. Well, according to this, I'm already there. So, right. Okay, let me just go back to where I was at. Close that. And create a new account. Is it opened yet? Yes, it has. Good. So, I've got a new account open now. What I want to do is save that. Copy. I want to put it in here. I've got a new password that's created for me as well. Let me just save that. But what I want to do first of all is just save it actually. 101ways.org. Copy. Save. Okay, so this is my background information that I just like to keep it in Notepad just in case, because I have so many sites that it's really difficult to keep tabs on by memory. So let's go back over here. So I've got it in here now. What I want to do is view my account. 101 ways, perfect. Let's view it. And what I want to do now is go to my cPanel, which is as we did with HostGator, but this time it's slightly different. It looks slightly different, but it's effectively the same thing. It's a control panel, okay, and it's called 101 ways, okay. And what I want to do is actually add in my WordPress, okay. Before I do that, let's just have a look at the site, this site here, and see if anything has changed. There it is there. I'll just bring it along. Let's get rid of that first. Refresh. Okay, so we can see it's changed. So that's a good thing actually, because it's no longer on HostGator's hosting. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to add WordPress, which in this case is down the bottom. Just check here. What's the no. Let's just save this. Whilst I'm doing it, save 101 ways. New site login on my desktop. That's fine. We'll do that for now. Okay. So install WordPress. Yeah, I'm going to click on install. That's where I want it. I don't want it to go into a subdirectory. I'm taking that off. Leave the prefix, that's fine. I'm going to call this 101 ways to make money online. Okay. And actually, I had some notes here, didn't I? Let's see. That'll do. Take that. Copy that. Put that in here. Site description. I don't want it to be a multi-site, so I'll leave that. I do not want it to be admin. Let's call it Mike. I don't want it to be pass either. Let's, for the sake of argument, I'll just put Mike test 2015. I'm going to change this later as long as I can remember to get in. Limit login. Yeah, I don't want too many people trying to get in, and I also put some advanced. Come on. Here we go. I'll call it 101 ways. Update notifications. If checked, you will not receive it for updates. Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. Auto upgrade, yeah, I do want it to be automatically upgraded. Auto upgrade plugins, yeah. And the themes, yeah. And the backups I do want. I do it once a week. And backup 4, that's fine. Okay. And then I've got some themes to choose from. So let's just have a quick look through my themes. This is going to be called 101 Ways to Make Money Online. So what would I like it to look like? 101 Ways to Make Money Online. Ramble. This one probably. Now they're all. It actually says responsive. Now they're all going to be responsive now, which is good to know. So let's just click on install. Now, what the hell did I call that? Log password now. Mike test 2015, I think. Hopefully it tells me. Because I'm going to change it as soon as I stop recording. Meanwhile, it says my site's been done. So if I just go to that tab that I had open again and click on refresh, let's see what comes up. I'm in! Hurrah! Good, this is what it should look like. Right, so I'm no longer using HailScater, but everything else is the same. Okay, so what did I call it? Mike, and then Mike test 2015. I won't bother remember. I'm going to change the password as soon as I finish recording this. Otherwise, some smarty pants will try and get in and change my site for me, which I don't want. Okay, so first thing you see is orange. Okay, and I usually just go and sort these orange things out, which basically just tell me that something needs to be brought up to date. Okay, so click on that and bring it up to date. So what it's telling me is I have the latest version. Fantastic. I don't need to do anything else here. With the plugins, okay, I don't have the latest version of AskCommit, so I'll just select them all and then update. Fantastic. Good. Now I can return to the plugins page and see what other plugins are there. So this is the default. Now I actually selected that one, so that isn't default. As I said, Hello Dolly is always in there and I'd never use it, but I do always use AskCommit. So I'll activate that when you're not here because it'll automatically come up with my key. I don't want other people using my key, but I will delete this one. Delete Hello Dolly. Okay, so the other thing I mentioned to you there is the appearance and the themes. Now I've just selected a new theme, so it's automatically brought this one in for me. But the defaults that you'll have is 2015, 2014, and 2013. And to add a new one, as we showed you before, click on add, and then type in photography or whatever, and see what comes up. And then if you like it, just click on install. These are free, so just click on, let's just do it anyway, install. And then you can, once it's installed, which it is now successfully installed, I can actually live preview what it would look like, my new site, or I can just simply activate it. So yeah, okay, I'll activate it. Fine. I haven't done anything yet, so my site isn't. To see my site, I'm going to click on visit site. I'm going to hold the control key and open it in a new tab. and this will see what my site looks like live. There we go. Just thinking about it. Okay, so that's what my site currently looks like. Pretty boring, really. So first thing you will see is that by default, WordPress gives you a blog post, and it gives you a blog comment. There's a comment, and it gives you a page. Okay, so we wanted, well, I do take these out. So I'm going to go back to my site, and I'm going to go to posts, all posts, and I'm just going to take it out, trash. Done, it's gone. The comments, again, just check, see if there's any comments in there. No comments now because the post is gone. Click on pages, let's see what pages are there. A sample page, again, I'm just going to trash it. Gone. You're out of here. Okay, settings, I just want to make sure that everything's right as I discussed with you before. So that's already in there now, fantastic. Writing will be nothing yet, so that's just standard. I haven't changed anything or set anything up. And that's the default, so there's only one ping in there by default. I add lots more. I'll come back to that. Reading, you don't need to worry about that. Permanent links is the next thing to look at. And again, this is what is automatically showing up now. Now I don't want that. I want this one. I want post name. Okay, so I always change it to post name and save changes. And right now, there's nothing on my site at all. There's if I go to refresh this, there's no posts and there's no pages. Okay, so it doesn't show up very much. But what you do see is, again, by default, all this stuff comes into the sidebar. Now, personally, I always take all this out. I've never ever shown any of this stuff in my websites. This lets people log into your site and so on as well, and I don't want any of that. So I'll show you where to find it and how to get rid of it. You simply go to the back end, go to appearance, go to widgets, and then they're all here. They're in the sidebar here, okay? And you just simply click on it, drag it, and take it out, and let go, and it's gone. Take a comment out, drag, let go, and take search out, drag, and let go. You want to put it back in again, it's as easy as that. Just click on it, drag, and put it back if you want, okay? And drag and let go. And that's it, done. You don't need to save anything, it's automatic. If I click on this now, my main website, and refresh it, you'll see it's gone. Good. So the only two things that are in there now is archives and categories, okay? Which we'll go back to here and we'll see the blog posts, the archives, and the categories. That's it. That's all that's in there. Okay. Whew. So I've got my site up now. 101 ways to make money online. There's absolutely bog all in there. I've got to think about what blog posts and what pages and things I'm going to put in there. Let's just do one now. Just do a post just to show what it looks like. I might change the look of the theme altogether. Mike's first blog post. Copy that and put it in here as well. That crap. Okay, follow that and make that heading one. And then in here I say, hi, thanks for finding me. I don't want that in heading one though, so that's going to be paragraph. Here on my new website. Put the picture in, click on add media, drag and drop. So let's go to what I'll do, just drag the first picture across, just insert, and that sits in. Okay, so lots of other clever things we can do in this. I'm not showing you all that stuff just yet, but what I am showing you is this will be the URL because I've changed the permalink under settings, permalinks. So it's a clever URL. It actually does what it says in the tin. It makes sense. If I click on publish, and Another thing just to think about on this theme, there's probably special headers and so on. Yes, there is. Look, so when you click on appearance, if it's a special theme, it'll have special settings. So if I go to this one, for example, also lets me put in a background and a header image. I noticed. Let me just show you again. There we go, background and header. Okay, so in here, first of all, they're trying to sell me something. I can ignore that. I could put in my URLs for my Facebook and all my various social medias. What else is in there? Not a lot. Okay, so if I want all these extra pieces in, I need to pay for it. Okay, that's what it's telling me here. But I'm happy without these. That's fine for the time being. Let's have a look at background, see what else it's got. Okay, it's just going back to some of the settings. There we go. So in here, I can add a background image if I want to. I can add the header image, and it tells you the dimensions, 1173. So I need to create. I don't have anything in that size, but I can create something easy enough. If I go to my website now and refresh it, I have got one blog post there now. This is my first blog post. Okay, click on it, and it takes me to my blog post. If I want to see that again more cleverly, let's just cancel this. Go back to my blog post. What I want to do is actually have an image there. And it's got space for it in this particular theme. And that is down the right hand side here. So it's under featured image. So let's just put a picture of me on public images to me. That'll do. Drag it across, let go. Put that in as my featured image. Update it. Then go back to my main website. Click on my main website, 101 Ways. Good, perfect. So as you can see from the URL at the top, that's the name of my website, and this is my very first blog post. I haven't put any banner images or anything in there yet at all. Okay, and if anybody clicks on that curiosity, it takes them to the blog post. You can find all about it. Make sense? Good. Yeehaw! Okay, I'm going to now stop recording and